Is Drake and I do Deep Stone Crypt stripper runs. Today in this video I will be showing you how to do the snowfield part of the beginning of Deep Stone Crypt, showing you the path that I take, trying to avoid as many mines as I can, and showing you the tips and tricks that I use to try to get through this. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is just try to ignore these pikes here. They're for the Sparrow Triumph. If you want to do that, you could come back later by using the transmat pads in the bubbles to come back and get these after all the ads are clear. That's what I recommend. So, first thing you want to do is just come out here. You're going to want to try to stay as close to the right as you can. Boost over this section here, and this is the second bubble. Wait for my frostbite to debuff here. So the next section, if you come out, you will see these spider mines here. They can slow you down quite a bit, so what I like to do is I'll come off to the side here, just kind of come over this ledge, boost a bit, puts me right about here. I can go through here, avoid these two mines, boost over, and this is the third bubble. This is the first bubble that you'll have enemies spawning in. As you can see, I've killed all the enemies. Once the enemies are clear from the bubble, what I like to do is come over to the side. If you see these like structures here, if you kind of look out, you'll see some lights. The lights are meant to be a guide in the snowfield encounter for, the direction that you're supposed to be going, if you didn't know. And what I like to do is I like to position myself right between these two structures here. Just go right out to these lights. When I do, I immediately turn left. You see the lights in the distance here. When I get here, I will turn right. And here is the fourth bubble. These are the transmat pads I was talking about earlier, by the way. Try not to use those unless you're going back for the pikes. Sometimes you can park your Sparrow too close to them and try to get on your Sparrow and accidentally end up transmatting, so it's just best to summon a new Sparrow. So to get between the fourth and fifth bubbles, this is where you'll have to cross a series of crevices, and it's where a lot of people fall off the map and die. So what I like to do is I like to, once again, position myself. You can see these two structures here. If you position yourself here, you kind of edge out. You can kind of come to the edge here. You see the ledges. Right here is a spider mine right to your right there, so you want to try to avoid that. What I like to do is I will kind of ease out here. When I get to the edge, I will then start to boost. I'm going to try to stay to the left as much as you can, and then just boost on into the bubble. The frostbite buff does accumulate quickly, but you have a little more time than you think. It's you kind of the pressure of, oh my goodness, I need to get through this, but just kind of take your time and practice this. You can get it down, I think, quite quickly if you just practice it. So once we're leaving this bubble, there is that big, there's that drop off like right over here. So you want to stay to your left again. Try not to hug the wall too hard. You can bounce off of it, but see the light? What I like to do here is I like to go see this light, around here, and into this bubble. As you can see, I'm making it to these bubbles mostly with frostbite times 6 or 7, and once you get it to times 10, you die. But we are now in the second to the last bubble, or the sixth bubble. So once the ads are clear from this, if you kind of poke out here, you can see some rocks in the distance. I like to position myself between these two rocks here, go here, boost around here and see the lights. You could come out here, boost, and into the last bubble. You could have also gone around that rock there towards the end and go around to the side with the lights and come out that way if you have the time. The thing that you need to keep in mind when you go the way that I just did is sometimes there is a brig. He stands like right about here. Sometimes you can boost over him and into the bubble. A lot of the times he will stomp. He can slam you into something. That's the way that I typically go. Most of the time I boost over him. Sometimes he does stomp and slam me, but in that case, if you're worried about that, you can go around that rock, around those lights at the end, and go in from that way. But there is a brig that stands over here as well, but he can stomp as well, and oftentimes he does. It's just luck of the draw if you just get caught in the stomp or not sometimes. But that is how I do the snowfield encounter and get to the end. And as you can see, we are ready to go to the first encounter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.